Well, it's back on the table, and this could be very good news for Social Security beneficiaries. Recently, there has been discussion about a proposed $200 monthly increase for all Social Security recipients. What's particularly striking is that this increase isn't being discussed as something that might happen next year or 6 months from now. It's being talked about as something that could take effect right now, in the first half of 2026. The proposal has been consistent over time, repeatedly resurfacing in legislative discussions, which suggests that there is genuine intent behind it, or at the very least, an effort to keep the issue at the forefront of public attention. The conversation around this proposal comes at a critical time. Many Americans living on Social Security or disability benefits are facing serious affordability challenges. The cost of living is rising, and the current annual adjustments to benefits, known as cost of living adjustments or COLAs, simply aren't keeping pace. While COLAs are meant to help beneficiaries maintain purchasing power, the reality is that they often lag behind actual inflation. People are falling behind, and the erosion of purchasing power is becoming increasingly evident. This isn't a surprise to anyone paying attention, but it's important that lawmakers are highlighting it publicly. Over the last 15 years, Social Security benefits have lost approximately 20% of their purchasing power. That means that if you had $100 in benefits 15 years ago, today that same $100 only buys what $80 would have bought back then. This loss isn't small. It's a substantial reduction in what people can afford with their monthly benefits. Rent, groceries, utilities, medications, everything costs more, yet the benefits have not kept pace. It's no wonder that so many beneficiaries feel like they have less money each year, even as the nominal amount of their benefits rises. To put this in perspective, half of all American seniors rely on Social Security for half of their total income. For 1 in 4, Social Security is the only source of income. That means millions of people have no other safety net, no pension, no retirement savings, no part-time work supplementing their income. When benefits fail to keep up with rising costs, these individuals face real and immediate hardship. They can fall behind on rent, struggle to afford medications, or even skip meals just to make ends meet. The proposed $200 increase per month is designed to address this gap. If implemented as planned, it would provide much-needed relief to seniors, veterans, and people with disabilities. The idea is straightforward. Give beneficiaries a meaningful boost to their monthly income to help offset the shortfall caused by rising costs and insufficient COLAs. Over the first 6 months, that would amount to an additional $1,200 per recipient, money that could be used immediately to cover essentials and reduce financial stress. However, it's important to note that this is still a proposal, not law. The plan has been discussed in legislative contexts, but it has not yet been passed by Congress or signed into law. There is no guarantee that beneficiaries will see this extra $200 immediately. It's possible the proposal will face significant political hurdles, and it could be months or even years before any increase is implemented. Still, the discussion itself is important because it highlights the broader issue. Social Security benefits are not keeping up with the real costs faced by beneficiaries. One of the major problems with the current COLA system is timing. Adjustments are calculated based on inflation data from the third quarter of the previous year, July, August, and September, and those adjustments are then applied to benefit checks in January of the following year. By the time beneficiaries see an increase, the costs of living have already gone up, often exceeding the adjustment. Inflation doesn't occur in just 3 months. It's a constant factor affecting everyday expenses. As a result, the COLA is essentially always behind, leaving beneficiaries struggling to catch up. This delay has real consequences. Beneficiaries are receiving increases that do not reflect the immediate economic reality. The adjustment happens after the financial strain has already occurred, meaning that even a nominal increase may fall short of what is needed. Over time, this creates a cycle where Social Security checks fail to keep pace with the real cost of living, eroding the financial stability of millions of Americans. This is particularly true for essential expenses such as healthcare. Seniors and people with disabilities often face rising medical costs, from medications to home health aides, that far exceed the nominal increases provided by COLAs. The proposed $200 increase aims to directly address these challenges. By providing additional funds each month, beneficiaries would have more flexibility to cover essentials. For someone living solely on Social Security, this extra income could mean the difference between paying rent or falling behind, filling a prescription or skipping a dose, buying groceries or making difficult trade-offs. It's a measure designed to provide immediate, tangible relief to those who need it most. While this increase would benefit all Social Security recipients, there are opportunities to make it even more targeted. One idea is to focus on the lowest income beneficiaries, those who rely almost entirely on Social Security for survival. By concentrating resources on those most in need, the government could maximize the impact of each dollar and ensure that the funds provide meaningful relief to those facing the greatest financial challenges. Another approach could be to extend the increase beyond 6 months, or even adjust the amount for different income brackets. This would help create a more sustainable support system, rather than a short-term boost that might disappear too quickly. The legislative history of this proposal shows persistence. Bills have been introduced multiple times, reflecting ongoing concern for the welfare of beneficiaries. Reintroducing the same proposal underscores the urgency of the issue and signals to the public that lawmakers recognize the financial struggles faced by seniors and people with disabilities. While political obstacles remain, the consistent attention keeps the conversation alive and maintains pressure on decision-makers to act. It's also worth considering the scale and cost of implementing such an increase. There are millions of Social Security beneficiaries, and a $200 monthly increase across all recipients represents a significant financial commitment. Estimates suggest that this could cost billions of dollars over just 6 months. Funding mechanisms have been proposed, including tax measures targeting the wealthiest individuals and corporations, but these proposals face political challenges. Balancing fiscal responsibility with the urgent need to support vulnerable populations remains a central concern in the legislative debate. Even if the full increase is not implemented immediately, simply raising awareness is valuable. Public discourse around Social Security benefits, purchasing power, and cost of living adjustments helps put pressure on lawmakers to consider reforms. Over time, this could lead to more permanent solutions, whether through revised calculation methods for COLAs, targeted supplemental payments, or other innovative approaches to ensuring that beneficiaries can maintain a basic standard of living. For beneficiaries, understanding these dynamics is critical. It's not enough to simply wait for the next COLA or hope that legislative proposals pass. Planning, budgeting, and exploring available resources are essential steps to maintaining financial stability. Organizations exist to help people navigate Social Security, Medicare, and related programs, providing guidance on plan selection, prescription coverage, and cost-saving strategies. Taking proactive steps can make a meaningful difference in managing limited resources. Ultimately, the conversation about a $200 monthly increase is part of a larger dialogue about the adequacy of Social Security in a modern economy. Inflation, healthcare costs, and housing expenses continue to rise, and without thoughtful intervention, beneficiaries will continue to face financial strain. Legislative proposals, public awareness, and advocacy are all crucial components in addressing these challenges. This is not a hypothetical issue, it affects real people every day. Seniors relying on fixed incomes, veterans depending on Social Security, and individuals with disabilities facing high medical costs are all impacted by the erosion of purchasing power. Each monthly benefit check represents more than money. It represents independence, stability, and the ability to live with dignity. Ensuring that these benefits meet basic needs is a matter of economic security and social responsibility. In conclusion, while a $200 monthly increase for Social Security recipients is not yet guaranteed, the discussion surrounding it highlights key issues facing beneficiaries today. Benefits have not kept pace with inflation, COLAs are delayed and insufficient, and millions of Americans depend on Social Security as their primary source of income. Legislative proposals, public advocacy, and targeted support can help address these challenges. For those living on fixed incomes, awareness and proactive planning remain essential. Social Security benefits are a cornerstone of financial stability for tens of millions of Americans. and meaningful adjustments are necessary to ensure they remain adequate in the face of rising costs. Whether through temporary boosts, permanent reforms, or targeted supplemental payments, policymakers must consider the real-world impact of their decisions on the lives of seniors, veterans, and people with disabilities. Awareness, discussion, and informed advocacy are key steps toward a system that meets the needs of those who rely on it most. The time to act is now. Beneficiaries need relief immediately, not months or years down the line. The proposed increase, if implemented, could provide essential support and alleviate financial pressures for millions of Americans. As discussions continue, staying informed and understanding the implications of policy proposals is vital. Social Security is more than a program. It is a lifeline, and ensuring its adequacy must remain a priority for lawmakers and citizens alike.